Hi, everyone. So this is kind of exciting for me. I have been going off into different areas. I was doing total healing life coaching full time, kind of steps aside from that, and then started doing some true crime stuff on a different channel, which I love and I'm enjoying. But I've been feeling a calling to come back to total healing life coaching and to do more spiritual guidance and readings like I had been doing, but just not, I didn't do them on video. So I'm really excited to be bringing my card readings to you for the general collective. These are going to be, just general messages that can help us all. Things that some of it may resonate with you, some of it may not. Take what does. You can leave what doesn't. Whatever messages that are beneficial and help you throughout my reading, I hope that you at least get something, some kind of benefit out of it. So even if just like one small part resonates, I hope then, maybe that's enough that could help you um, start thinking about things in a different way. So, up first, the first card, I've already shuffled these off camera before I started the camera. So, the first card is our current situation, the current situation of the general collective that is watching this video. And the card itself is financial constraints. So, as you can see, or maybe you cannot see, it is a safe that is empty. So, that might remind you of maybe your own savings or finances that potentially have diminished. Maybe that's my dog, um, German Shepherd Dexter, by the way, um, joining me on the couch. So, financial constraints. Perhaps you're feeling effects of, the economy, or maybe you had a recent large expense that you weren't planning for, and it depleted some of your savings. Maybe you weren't saving for the future, and now you're kind of like, oh crap. Um, so that is something that I think a lot of the world is experiencing, is this financial constraints are, happening for a wide scale, basically is what this is saying. And it's globally, this is an issue that perhaps, finances are not the best for everybody right now. And it's something that we all need to be mindful of and to be looking out for. So the next card is what we can do to change or to take action. And this card is a man holding a heart. And as you can see, there's a Fabio type looking man that is holding a heart. He's got a shirt all buttoned down. He's sitting under some kind of a tree with like fall colored leaves, red leaves. Maybe it's a rose bush. Not a rose bush, but definitely some red flowers or leaves or something that he's sitting under. So, what this card is telling me is that we need more love. Obviously, hearts represent love, and that is the first thing that comes to mind. And the red, the love, deep self love and acceptance and passions, and being able to understand, like, hey, it's okay, maybe I didn't save as well as I could have, or maybe don't be so hard on yourself when there are financial constraints that are happening and you don't have the finances, or you feel at an impasse, you feel like you are a failure. Don't feel that way. This is what it's telling me. You don't feel that way. Be more loving to yourself, be more loving with others. Perhaps generosity might even be something that is lacking within yourself. And that might be something to think about. I know with financial constraints, it might be hard to be generous, but there are ways to be generous that don't cost money. So that's what's telling me, that's what the message that I'm getting is basically, be more loving to yourself, be more loving to to mankind, be more loving to mankind in general. And that doesn't mean you have to be spending money in order to be generous with others. Does that make sense? So you can do kind things, you can do nice things, you can help an elderly woman cross the street, you can help them bring their groceries in from outside. You can do certain things like that. Help someone mow their lawn, whatever it might be. Do kind things for your neighbors and for mankind. Pay it forward. Pay for the Dunkin' Donuts coffee or whatever that you're getting that morning, for the person behind you or whatever. Be kind, be generous. You don't have to spend a lot of money. You don't have to do a lot. You can do minimal things to really spread love. The more love that you share for mankind, the more love you will also have for yourself. So it goes both ways. Like it's not just one or the other. You need self love and you need love for mankind, if that makes sense. So moving on from there, let's go on to the outcome of if we start loving ourselves more and loving mankind more, what is the outcome going to be in our situation? And that comes to me with hostilities, but it came upside down for you guys. So that means there's going to be a lot less hostile things happening in our lives. So let me put him up right side up. So this is a man getting ready for battle. He's got his sword drawn. He's in his loincloth. He's got it looks like almost a Viking helmet sitting on the in the front near him. So he is ready for battle. But he came in this way for you guys, and that means more love, less hostilities, less anger, less frustrations, less disappointment in yourselves, less disappointment in mankind. You're going to feel better. Oh, it's not a loincloth. I'm sorry. He is wearing, it's almost like a chain metal, not a loincloth, but it is loincloth esque in the shape of it. But, anyways, once you start loving mankind more, those hostilities that you feel, the anger, the frustrations that you feel on a daily basis are going to dissipate. You're not going to feel them anymore. Or not that you're not going to have disappointments and frustrations, you're going to have them. But if you start sharing love, and I'm not talking romantic love, obviously, I'm talking about just being a kind and nice human being. That's all I'm talking about. The more we do that, the less hostilities we have, the less frustrations we have, the less fighting, the less, things that stress us out in our lives. We're going to be so much more peaceful if we take it easy on ourselves, learn to love ourselves and mankind, and drop any feelings of hostility that we have towards mankind? Do you feel like maybe you've been jilted by an ex-lover and now you're upset and you're never going to trust men again or whatever? You can't feel that way. You have to drop those feelings of anger and um hatred. Even like some people do feel hatred towards others, and it might not even be others and towards someone specifically, but it just might be general hatred for maybe themselves. And that general hatred for themselves creates this hostile person. And so maybe we need to be more kind to hostile people in our lives too. Maybe that is a message that is telling us we need to be kinder to those hostile people in our lives. Some people are put on this earth just to be hostile and hurt us and be unkind. And that's unfortunate. And unfortunately, that's their karma, right? But your karma is how you interact with them and how you treat them. So you can either fight back with the same hostility, or you can the other cheek, be kind, do something kind to them, give them a compliment when they're insulting you. You can do other things to get rid of those hostilities in your life and to turn hostile people less hostile. So maybe someone doesn't realize that they're being as hostile as they are in the world. And maybe your role is to help them realize that and to show them kindness and love. So I think this was a really beautiful message from our spirit guides and our angels. And with that, I thank you guys for watching, and I thank the universal light, the source of all creation. I thank our angels and our spirit guides, our archangels, and all higher entities that helped provide us with this beautiful message. So, thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you in the next Divine Messages. Thanks again. Bye.